It's locked. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Sweet girl. Reads me like a book.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Pippa, are you sure you want to leave this hospital?
To become a nurse was a little girl's dream. But in the end, I don't feel that useful. I want more. I want to make things change.
But you're doing something important here. For all the patients who need your help.
We save lives, sure. Each time we send a cured patient home, it's a relief beyond words. But since the epidemic, I feel so powerless.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood. Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question, Doctor. A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say. Not mine, anyway.
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith, willing to preach the good word.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop? To repel him somehow?
That's a very strange question.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton?
I feel exhausted.
You're in good hands here.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest.
Have you made friends?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor...
You never came to see her here at Pembroke?
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor.
How did you end up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William...
What is the general situation?
The situation has always been tough. With a...
Who leads the gang?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show. With the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know. The sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint. Not even criminals.
Do you know Tom Watts? The bartender from the Turtle?
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then?
Not really. Most men and women are just doing their...
Goodbye, Mr. Ham.
Time has lost its effect on me.
Dear,
But the suffering
disgust.
continues.
It's locked.
Corner. The daily route.
Disguised as a hole. That's Pembroke.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reed. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett's in our situation?
I can't say I approve of what you did. But as a field surgeon, I know that some situations require you to bend the rules.
I'm not proud of what I've done, but to contain the epidemic must be our priority, so we can't afford to lose Dr. Tippett's.
I've decided that I won't reveal Dr. Tippett's, shall we say, misdemeanor.
I'm so glad you share my point of view. Dr. Tippett...
I hope you're right.
Dr. Tippett must regain his confidence.
Goodbye, Nat.
I've wasted too much energy for so long. Little result.
I cannot enter. It's locked, all right.
Not now. Please come back later.
It's locked. Good evening, Mr. Elwood. Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Tell me what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. Bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
Reconstructive surgery has been very successful for some soldiers.
I don't want to wear a bloody mask for the rest of my life. I'd rather stay here and just be forgotten.
Why lie about it?
Come on. I don't...
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Damn. The pain. It's here again.
It's locked.
Never ceases to it.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Jadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Jadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean, you used to be a doctor?
No, sir. It is just that I like to be precise. I run a little pawn shop while taking care of the dead. But I used to be a real doctor.
A pawnbroker?
Yes, sir. All kind of...
What kind?
With the quarantine, it's not all...
Please show me.
Of course. It never ceases to amaze me how you, the dead, seem at the same time.
The flower's dying. It needs water. I cannot enter. Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Do you need any help?
I'm afraid I may, sir. I don't mean to be a burden.
You are not a burden, sir. Healing you is my responsibility.
And you have my gratitude for that.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk.
I have to go now.
With you at our side, Dr. Reed.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor.
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy.
Many thanks, Doctor.
Brilliant minds in London and Pembroke.
Daily routine.
It's locked, all right.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
It may seem strange, but your words have brought me some comfort here.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, Call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble. Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Have you heard any talk of blackmail going on in the hospital?
If you're running some official inquiry, you had better question the patients. They know more than the staff, especially old Miss Jones.
Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Have you heard about any blackmail going on in this hospital?
Blackmail? Nonsense.
I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. Thank you for your time. Good evening, Mr. Fiddick. Have you heard talk of...
No.
Goodbye.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening.
I'm okay.
Have you heard...
No.
I have...
I'm alright. Don't waste your time with
Good
me.
evening, Doctor.
Have you heard rumor...
Dr. Reed, are you trying to...
Of course not, Mrs. Goswell.
Well, go be curious somewhere.
Goodbye.
So many deaths.
Tomorrow.
Good evening. Have you heard of someone black...
Pardon me, sir.
Goodbye.
Tomorrow, more bodies will arrive and then sadly depart.
Good evening, Mr.
Evening.
Have you heard rumors of underhand dealings in the hospital?
If you want to know what's going on here...
Goodbye.
Hello again.
Goodbye. Good evening, Miss.
I need blood, Doc.
Have you heard of any...
I have no time for more.
I'll leave. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening.
Goodbye. Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you know that Nurse Hawkins...
That's not a surprise. We've talked about...
Does it not bother you?
Sometimes I think she may be right. We should run away.
Have you heard of any...
There are a lot of secrets round here. I'm not surprised someone...
What kind of...
I'm not in the gossip business, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet Lady of Mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment.
You're a vamp... The lady who saved me that night.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
So it seems our Dr. Swansea does indeed have a fascination for creatures of our constitution.
Dr. Swansea is a remarkable man. Dedicated, one might say, obstinate? He spent years compiling our bestiary.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my...
You must have countless questions, but...
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in...
These past insufferable weeks...
What are your expectations?
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital...
Who would be so...
Even if it were the case, and I highly...
Please continue.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame.
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt...
Excuse my impertinence, your ladyship. This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself.
I'll meet that woman.
My life...
Bred with no respect. What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Please, calm down, madam. I assure you that I am highly qualified. I'm just back from war duty.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round. The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different...
Goodbye now.
I understand you must be very angry about this unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. I hope that might help. Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a...
Goodbye, Mr. Chida. It's locked, all right. Good evening, Mr. Cox.
Dr. Reed. Still working at night, I see. I like that.
And why is that?
People who don't sleep at night always seem more alive to me. More interesting, one way or another.
Have you heard of any underhand deal?
Blackmail? That's not my...
I'll leave you.
This isn't even my neighborhood.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals. Or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor. Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you...
Okay. Okay, I'm Oswald...
All right, Mr. Thatcher, you're safe.
Yes.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite
What sort of creature is this? What sort of creature is this?
Are you sure you're all right?
Yes.
I cannot enter.
No civilians allowed, sir.
It's locked, all right. It's locked.
I'll send you back to the fucking... Ein Zeit zu leben!
It's locked, all right. I cannot enter. It's locked.
Sometimes you act like a real jerk, you know that?
Come on, Ozzy, don't be like that.
What, like what? Like someone who felt betrayed by the man he loves? Did you ever even try to find me? Rescue me?
You know, it's not like that. I wanted to. I was so afraid to leave the hospital, not to be seen with you.
We survived this shit together. That's all that matters. I know you did your best. Fuck the wall, right? And fuck them all.
Fuck the wall. Fuck them all.
Hello again, Mr.
Yes, this neighborhood may stink of dog shit and
Tell me about your true feeling.
I love him. I'm not ashamed to say it.
I admire your honesty.
Courage is what we needed in the trenches.
Have you always...
All I know is, before you saved me by the...
Tell me.
I love him.
Why should...
I'm not, I said.
Do you want...
No.
An irrational...
Well, Doctor... Are you joking?
Goodbye, Mr. Good evening, sir. I'm
Dr. Reed. So...
And you are...
Newton Blight.
How do you feel about...
I love him. I love Oswald.
What frightens you so much?
What if people find out?
Maybe a time will come when you'll not have...
I know, Dr. Reed. Oswald...
Goodbye.
Hey,
You're lucky to be alive, Mr. Cobb.
this place is full of sickness and...
Consider yourself lucky that I'm...
Don't play the innocent with me.
I'll leave you.
So many people dying at the same time.
To calm the children, Helen.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
to calm the children, eh?
Good evening.
Evening.
Do you need medical...
Don't get me wrong, sir. I'm grateful.
I will see you later. Goodbye.
What sort of creature is this?
Here's what's left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway.
Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel.
What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her. This is despicable. I cannot enter.
Please, sir. Can't let you through.
This neighborhood is linked somehow to the kind Lady Ashbury's blackmail. First, let's find this Petrescu fellow. Are you all right?
The bastard hit the wall next to me. I don't even know if he meant to miss.
If you've been hurt, I can help you. I'm a doctor.
Name's Albert. Remember it. Now bugger off.
Do you know Nurse...
Never heard of her. She's pretty up.
Goodbye.
The wet boots will be proud of me.
What? Shooting a boy in the middle of the street. Not the best thing to do, wouldn't you say?
What? You saw what happened? Who are you?
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd like to ask you...
No. Look, I'm not...
Whatever the boy did, I'm sure he didn't deserve a public execution.
I swear I didn't want to hit him. It's just that... I'm sick in the head, you see, and the boy just framed me like...
Do you know Nurse...
It's funny, I've been searching for her too.
Really?
Word is she ain't real. It's just a cover for some doctor who runs an...
You don't seem well, but...
I always...
I will see... A gun? How are you?
I'm not your...
Do you need assistance?
Please.
There you go.
Very funny.
Goodbye.
The wet boots will be proud of me.
It's all a bloody joke to you, innit?
Good evening, miss.
Good evening, sir. Are you interested in a miraculous cure?
Actually...
Then you have come to the right place. The famous Swanborough cordial is all you need to help keep you...
Oh, really? Why didn't I hear about it during my studies?
Ah, my brother has spoken of your research, sir.
You look ill.
I'm perfectly fine.
Do you know Nurse...
I don't like to talk...
Competition?
Never met her, but it seems she provides some...
I'd like to see what...
Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
What do you want? Leave me alone.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed.
There is no Dorothy.
I'm afraid this medical leaflet says the opposite.
Really? Well, I'm afraid I'm going to close this door.
To enter that house, I must discover who this man really is. Maybe I could start by observing what he's up to.
Strange man was at the door with a pass for our medical facility. I refused him entry.
Darius, how could you know he didn't need our help?
His clothes were too finely tailored to be from Whitechapel.
Perhaps just a friend of that stray poet who is always about.
Richard Nithercott? No, not of the same cloth, this man. I suspect some machination from that journalist.
Clayton Darby. Is he still asking questions?
Yes. I saw him drifting around St. Mary's Church. I swear he is tracking me just downwind.
I must talk to that journalist or the poet. They must know about Darius. Nearby the church they just mentioned.
Joe, please, I don't have your money. Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
It's not my call, Barrett. You pay one way or another.
Please, Joe. How long have we known each other? We even used to be neighbours, for Christ's sake.
I'd prefer not to give you another beating, Barrett.
Welcome, sir. Please.
I am Dr. Reed.
Doctor? Interesting.
Have you...
Nurse Crane. So the bitch really is...
Yes.
Dorothy Crane ain't even a real name.
That doesn't explain why...
Your precious Nurse Crane gives away
Goodbye for... Excuse me, sir.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the...
I'm not a journalist.
A doctor, you say?
Really? But still, here I am.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember...
Have you heard of a nurse?
Dorothy Crane? Yeah, I know her.
Could you please tell me more?
She's a nice girl.
Goodbye, Mr. Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son.
I am Dr. Jonathan...
A scientist?
Have you any friends?
No. But I have a disciple I see as my son.
Where did you...
I sent Samuel.
You sent...
As a trip.
I have heard it. Good evening, Miss...
It's fun.
Do you know...
I don't like the liberal ideas of nurse...
So, you're not exactly...
Nuns should be the only women allowed to take care of male patients.
I have heard...
Soon the time will come when you will all be judged for your sins. Even now, he judges...
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this...
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel.
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strange...
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that are...
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist.
I don't know much about the man. He's very...
He never...
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did.
Really?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before
He has no...
No. Except for that strange man.
Where can I find...
He spends most of his time lurking around...
Goodbye. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the...
Really?
I'm a poet, sir.
Tell me, Mr. Nethercott.
The place is not beautiful per se, but...
Do you not think...
On the contrary, sir. Whitechapel is full...
What can you tell me?
Not much. And that...
May I ask you...
Extraordinary part of town, is it not?
What can you tell me about an old man?
Darius Petrescu. Yes, I know him.
Not interested in...
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
May I ask... I'm looking for...
Dorothy Crane. Oh.
I'll leave you alone. Good evening, miss. I know what you're thinking. Tell me about Britain. I know you understand what I'm saying. You don't seem to need my medical... Very well. Hello again, miss. Melia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. A stubborn and mute comrade. Very well. The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling.
All right then, but be quick, though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Tell me about it.
Are you joking with me?
I have no interest in your work.
Short story. The war...
I always thought I was the master of my...
You know, this money is not only for...
Do you know...
I don't know her, but I know her name is Dorothea Crasionescu. She came from Romania like me and...
You seem to...
Dorothea helps the sick people of Whitechapel.
Goodbye, man. Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again?
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction.
It's locked, all right.
Give me a drink!
Can you hear my voice? I need help!
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Raz Van Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalp! Hand me that scalp!
What can I do, Doctor?
It's too dangerous to operate with these convulsions. Sedative, nurse. Do we have any anesthetics?
I'm sorry, Doctor. None at all.
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Right then, Nurse Crane. What do you suggest we do?
I've no idea. I'm not the doctor.
Time is of the essence. We need to perform a thoracic drain.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along? We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Nurse, we did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could. Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
But why Lady Ashbury? Why her, of all people?
She's pristine and proper, all right. But that she-wolf in sheep's clothing murders the poor for sport. I have her.
So, the end...
I know you're kind, Doctor. Just another fine-heeled, silver-spooned gentleman who was given the world...
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
Listen very carefully, Dorothy. You will erase from your memory everything you pretend to know about Lady Ashbury and Pembroke Hospital.
Let that rich bitch off the hook over my dead
Nurse
body.
Crane, enough. Listen as if your life depended on every word. I know you've a generous heart who gives freely to those in need, but you shall walk away from the shadier streets of your business.
I will never abandon...
Dorothy, the discussion has come to a close. Your clandestine activities in the Resistance are over. Let it go.
I'll let it go. Yes. All gone.
Hello, Mr. Petrescu.
Hello, Dr. Reed. Come on in. If you want to talk to Dorothea...
We've not been formally introduced.
I am Darius Petrescu.
I know you fought for your country when it was occupied.
I know my days are numbered, and I know...
But Romania escaped the...
It is not the country I fought for.
How did you meet...
I'm her oldest friend in England.
You mean occupied Romania?
Really?
Do you need some help?
I am very tired.
Well... Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Kill him, boy! Burn it, boy! Crush the leech, boys!
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
Hiding your true appetites behind a facade of compassion. Bravo. Very clever indeed.
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
The case is closed, your ladyship. The person who took advantage of you has, shall we say, seen the error of her ways.
So who was it?
My lady, the blackmailer was dealt with using the utmost discretion. The culprit's identity is of no relevance.
Thank you, Jonathan. That is exactly what I needed from you. You have proven your loyalty, so, as a friend, please accept this small token of my appreciation.
Thank you, my lady.
If you have an inclination to learn more about vampires or your current situation, I will be glad to aid you in your quest for knowledge.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
The process is dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
A vampire?
Such a crude word, defined by penny dreadfuls and drunken hacks. No. You are now an Ekon.
So we are Ekons?
How to put it? All Ekon are vampires, but all...
Are you?
Yes, I am. We are the...
I don't understand. Why was I created?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I've been hearing a...
Hush.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed on the patients of the hospital?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man. He is trying to find a solution for our... hunger. Until that happens, he is clever enough to understand that I only feed upon the dying.
What do you know about this Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London vampire society. As long as our kind is discreet, and as long as they do not interfere, we have come to a mutual understanding.
And no one suspected you of the murders?
As you well know, suspicion has recently fallen on me of killing for pleasure. But you have my word, Jonathan. I take no pleasure in taking a life.
Why did you save me in the canning factory?
I could hardly stand by and watch such a promising young blood as yourself be torn to shreds by some gutter scowl.
What type of vampire is a Scar?
Not a true vampire. The deformed offspring of lesser vampires. It is a shame these creatures run wild, slaves to their baser instincts.
William Bishop wasn't...
No, Jonathan. Whatever their strength and demeanor, Scowls are the progeny of careless vampires. It cannot be the other way round.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
And who bestowed upon you this eternal youth?
My maker. He left this isle a long time ago.
Very well. But I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
I've been away from London and England for 3 years. This isn't the city I remember.
Things have gone from bad to worse here, Jonathan. I've lived in this city for a long time, and I've never seen it like this.
The Spanish flu has hit London that bad.
Yes, but it's not just that. I've heard things. Things I've not heard for a very, very long time. There are whispers in the shadows. Something far worse than the Spanish flu is here in the city.
What is it?
Fear has long since flown this form. But there...
Are there many vampires here in London?
Immortals are of a rare breed, and we often tend to hide. But you may occasionally meet some of us at night.
Do you know any of them? Have you an idea of the identity of the vampire who attacked me?
You mean your maker? No, Jonathan, I have no clue. But I fear he or she is as careless as cruel. To let you discover your new condition by yourself.
What do you mean?
Every now and then, you may discover an immortal in the deep of the night. But we are a rare and reclusive breed. Our progeny is almost never accidental.
Will they all be as affable as you, my lady?
I do not see why not. But remember, Even the shark smiles before he bites.
That sounds like a lesson from experience.
Vampire politics are as intricate and sometimes tedious as a game of chess in a gentleman's club. I've learned from experience it is best to decline to play.
When I awoke, changed, I was chased and attacked by vampire hunters. Prepared and well-trained.
Though I can't be certain, more than likely it was the once glorious Guard of Priwen.
You make them sound like some sort of cult.
More a society, and like all the best ones, a secret society. I thought them almost gone, but it seemed they have been recruiting.
Once glorious, but still dangerous.
They have seen better days, but all fanatics are dangerous. You would be wise to stay clear. They are sworn to destroy our kind.
I've been hearing of...
Hush.
Excuse
me?
I bid you farewell. For now, my lady. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
Disguised as a hospital.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it.
would like to know he's been accepted by the Wet Boot Boys.
Steady, boys! We've got
I cannot enter. I can't believe I'm doing this. It's locked. It's locked, all right. How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
I found the recruiter you were expecting.
I knew it! I told you I was tough enough.
You're being manipulated by these criminals.
You're all fancy words, none of which can...
Have you heard anything about...
Never heard of her.
Goodbye.
Good evening.
Have you any news on Nurse Crane?
It seems her dispensary is...
Goodbye. Good evening, Mr. Petrescu.
I could ask you the exact same...
What do you plan to do?
I'm not sure. Strange men came to see me after Dorothea's death.
You believe them?
Yes, I am all.
What kind of...
Stories all...
Are you...
And why not? Those...
What about your house?
My house is always open to any port.
Why are you...
I remember the night you came here and convinced me.
Goodbye.
Please, Joe. How long have we known each other?
It's locked.
Joe, please, I don't have your money.
Come on, Baron.
There is no protection against malevolence and trickery.
Good evening.
Change.
What do you know about Nerve?
2 girls I know went to the dispensary yesterday.
Goodbye. Hello, young man. I'm Dr. Reed, and I...
Sorry, no, sir. My father does not...
Your father is worried about...
So my father actually worries about me then? Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
So?
I'm not bothered.
Have you any...
Nobody dares to enter the dispensary now.
Do you need any...
Yes, I do.
I will see... Goodbye, young...
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
It's locked.
You again?
Why do you keep on working for the gang, Joe?
It's true, I hate this job.
You could leave tomorrow.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. We are...
Goodbye. cannot enter. It's locked.
Eland's flu is no match for the Swanderer cordial. When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again.
I cannot enter. Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here. But it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
I admit it did occur to me. Blood seems to be the common factor in all of this.
I totally agree. We're in uncharted territory here. Maybe it's just wishful thinking, but imagine the possibilities.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
It's locked. I need to talk to you, Edgar.
Please do so.
Nurse Crane will not be...
Oh, really? Did some...
Let's just say we had a difference of
I believe you. But as...
Nurse Crane...
Oh, really?
Let's just... We'll talk... I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear. It's locked, all right.
When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith again. Blue is no match for the Swanborough cordial.
Good evening, Mr.
Surely you...
How do you feel?
I would not even Yes, you do. I said I don't want anything. But that...
Goodbye, Mr.
please. You again?
Can I offer you my...
Keep your medicines.
There is a thin line between pride...
All right.
Goodbye.
Fancy...
You never... Do you need help?
To be honest...
I don't quite agree, but I won't argue.
Really? Free? Don't take it personally.
Goodbye. Good evening, Chris.
Change.
Do you need any assistance?
It depends.
I am shocked that you would...
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so
Goodbye.
Even now, he judges.
Good evening.
It's far.
Don't you feel...
Faith gives me all I need.
No doubt your faith will prevail.
Blessed be your generosity.
I have had...
Good evening.
Do you need a...
That would be nice.
If you persist in investigating the most pox-rid...
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye. Good evening.
And good evening.
Do you need...
It may...
I will... I'll leave... Hello again. Tell me, Camellia, how... You don't seem to need my med... Very well.
Pay me a glass and I'll be gentle. Leave me alone.
Good evening, Harry.
Sure. Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
So,
I'm not bothered.
Do you need any...
Yes, I do.
You'll feel better with this.
I'm not sure I'm happy with the idea of living long in a world like this.
Goodbye.
Is there only pain and suffering in this world?
It's locked, all right.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
This man, Stein, his crucifix. This is not good news.
He's dead! He's dead! Christ! He's dead! Steady, boys! We've got one of them!
My mother would die if she were to see me in this state. I must wait. Mother, why have you come here? This is proving far worse than I imagined. Avery, I leave you to care for my mother. I'm in no state to comfort her. Mother, why have you come here? This is proving far worse than I imagined. I have this thirst for blood.
don't have your money. Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Good evening.
I'm afraid...
You don't seem well.
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
I can try to...
The war destroyed me, Doctor.
A gun?
Its effectiveness has been proven by many.
Right, good quality. Come on, take a look. Don't be afraid.
Avery, I leave you to care for my mother. I'm in no state to comfort her. Hello, sir. Sorry to disturb you at this hour. I'm a doctor inquiring about the epidemic. May I come in?
A doctor, you say? No, thank you.
All right. I shan't insist.
It's a leech! Kill it! Steady, boys! We've got one of them!
I can't believe I'm doing this. Mother, why have you come here? This is proving far worse than I imagined.
Sorry, sir. It ain't humans! Die, Verley! It's too strong! He's dead! Cross the leads, boys! I'd step back, sir!
Mother, why have you come here? This is proving far worse than I imagined.